Been doing a lot of thinking and reflecting recently on the feeling of embarrassment and why we have it. So I started the thought about emotions. Like there's some, like say a jealousy. Why do we have stuff like a jealousy, right? Now, at a biological level, I know you could argue because you have to spread your seed and other people might be and this, that, and the other. But in modern life, it doesn't really feel like it has a place. And to me, like embarrassment and jealousy all comes back to the ego in the same thing. And then I was thinking about times when I've been like truly embarrassed. Just like slightly embarrassed, like when you're dancing for an out your comfort zone video where it's just...
We've just been reviewing a bit of footage, yeah, very embarrassing indeed.
Yeah, right. Well, like I didn't like that feels very embarrassing, but
that is the point of that video, though. Of course,
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
I'm not,
yeah, of course, it's
deliberately embarrassing yourself for a YouTube video.
Yeah, but at least from that embarrassment, there's some productivity. So
it's an exploration. We're trying to discover. We're trying to learn about embarrassment, trying to learn what function it does serve. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, and it does. So sometimes you get embarrassed, you get out your comfort zone, and you gain from it. And other times, there's not really a gain to be had. So I'm going to tell you an embarrassing story about myself.
I'm looking forward to this.
Say it. If I told you about the time I shat in my neighbour's garden.
Oh my days. I would have remembered that one, bro.
I think so. So right.
Have you told your neighbour before you tell me?
Yeah, so this happened when I was younger, right? I was maybe about 13, 14. Now, I used to have a key. I went to secondary school and I've got younger siblings, so my mum would have to pick up them, so I'd have my own key. And then I used to invite my friends in and we'd all sit in my bedroom and smoke and scran all the food and stuff. So then we just weren't very well behaved, or we'd start to drink as soon as we got in from school, 13, 14. So she took my key off me. And then I got home one day, mate. And
your mum did?
Yeah.
Right.
And I got home one day and I was like proper needing a shit to the part where like I should have had a shit in school, but for some reason you can't have a shit in school or you get bullied.
Well, you're a schoolboy, you're still trying to work it all out.
Yeah. Like, oh, you're shitting in school. Like,
no one likes to shit in school though.
Yeah.
Well, no, they have the scratchy greaseproof paper toilet roll, don't they?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That disgusting shit. So yeah, I was like halfway home, had a bellyache, went to unlock the door. Fuck, she's not home from picking up my siblings yet. So I'm ringing the bell. I'm even knocking, like, it was like flats. It was in a place in Plymouth called Alexander Road. And I was knocking on my neighbour's window and he was like this, like, paranoid, schizophrenic guy. But, like, I needed a shit that bad. Like,
my God.
But obviously he didn't answer because I was knocking on his window. I was like, right, she has to be soon. I had a phone. I didn't have credit. And obviously I didn't have a contract or anything because I was like 13, 14. There wasn't a front garden. There was a place to put your bins and that sort of stuff. But my neighbour to the right had a tree in his garden. So I figured I can duck behind his tree and have a shit, right? So, like this is desperation talking. I am turtle heading at this point, mate. I can't wait any longer.
The sweat's trickling from the brow. Decisions are being made in haste.
Yeah,
it's not prime moment of your decision making capabilities.
Yeah, for sure. Not my proudest moment. And with that kind of pressure on you, like there does come to a point where your body's like, fuck this social construct, bro. You're an animal. Shit on the floor. Do it. Like just get this out of you now because it hurts, right? So it's like, okay.
Seems pretty linear decision making, at that base level, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course. Right?
Well, we're going to need to.
Yeah, like the more desperate that you get, the less society's values matter, right? No, that could be taken horrendously out of context. In some circumstances, fuck, I just keep digging. But yeah, so I was crouched down behind this wheelie bin and behind this tree. I whipped my trousers down and my whole mind was focused on this, right? So I was squat down.
I mean, I'm assuming at this point, so you've never done this before previously?
No, of course
not.
So
what, I mean, like, what are we just supposed to know how to do things like this? Like, where do you put your trousers? How far do you pull them down? Like, do you need a handle to hold on to? Or what are we doing here? There's panic.
And what was my option?
I feel so sorry for you.
I could literally shit myself. Or what was my option? Right, like I tried knocking.
It's going to end in tears
on my neighbours. Yeah, like, and I'm not just going to stand there and shit myself. So I'm in this guy's fucking garden, and I'm squatting down, holding on to his wheelie bin, and like I don't know when you hold it in and it like runs out of you like the horse is out the gate, right? Just poof, right? Yeah, right. So at the first lot, like, so I was sat there like, right, and then I look up and there's this guy hanging out his window smoking a joint, right? But he hasn't seen me yet.
Oh my God.
Right, so I'm squatting, literally shitting in his garden. I'm looking at him. He's smoking a joint and just taking in the scenery, looking at some birds, and he kind of looks down, does a double take and sees me. Right, he's like, "What are you doing?" Right, and I panicked and I got up. I didn't even snip. I got up and fucking pulled my trousers up.
Poor young schoolboy Tom.
Poor young schoolboy me, right? I pulled my trousers up, ran up this street, and there was one of those, you know, like the green connection boxes, like where all the internet.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're sort of green metal boxes that are sticking out of the pavement here and there.
So there was one of those. So I ran up and I hid behind that, and I was peeking down, and he came out to the front of his garden and he was looking up at me. I was like,
he actually left his. So he's like, well, I'm not having that. Absolutely no way. Like a dog, one thing.
Yeah.
Like a human taking it. Yeah. Oh.
Very luckily.
He could have minded his own business, couldn't he?
Mate, I was shitting in his garden. He was minding my business in his garden. Right? So yeah, I fucking ran up and I hid behind this thing. This isn't even the worst part of the story, right? I hid behind this thing, and then I figured I can just walk back down like nothing happened.
Okay.
Right? And just pretend nothing's happened. So I walked back down. And I went to wait in my garden, and he was stood by his door, and he was looking at me. He was like, "Are you going to pick that up, mate?" I was like, "I'll pick what up?"
Pick it up?
Yeah. But he's like, "That shit that you just did in my garden." Right. So I was like, well, it's not my shit, but I mean, like, I'll pick it up. Right. Like, as if any human being in the world is going to do that.
To a teenage schoolboy, you're like, that was the most smart way to answer him.
Yeah.
Like,
right. So then I picked up like a pasty wrapper and went to pick it up. He said, don't do that, mate. I'll get you a carrier bag. I was like, all right.
Oh yeah, don't lower yourself.
Yeah. Let's not embarrass you anymore. So he went and got me a carrier bag, and he was like, "Why'd you shit in my garden, lad? I don't have a key. My mum won't give me a key." I explained the situation to him. He said, "Why didn't you just knock on my door?" I was like, "Because I don't know you."
Because it's preferable to shit in an open space where I can see things than in your goddamn toilet.
Yeah.
With you outside waiting, smoking a joint
at some random guy's house, like, and then I didn't admit it to him at all. Even though, like, I made clear eye contact with him, like he knew it was me. Like, right, I will get caught short. Don't do it again, right? Like, just please, if you ever get caught short like that again, knock on a door, right? You can go in and lock the door. I'll wait outside, right? Like so he was offering to wait outside the flat while I locked the door and use it, just so there was no danger of any kind of dodginess. And he said, and don't worry, like, I'm not going to tell your mum. So I was like, yeah, nice one. And that's like kind of when I admitted it to him. That was the only time that I actually acknowledged that I actually did it. I was just lying the whole time. It, like, literally, it felt like I wanted the world to swallow me and just fucking end me, but it just didn't happen, right? Like, it just went on and on. And then when I got in, I remember very vividly, I was wearing yellow boxers, right? And I didn't even snip. I just pulled up, right? So they were a state. So I was like, right, I need to get rid of these because I can't explain to my mum. Like, a skid marks is one thing, but this is a car crash, right? This is this is something completely different. So we were in the top floor flat. So then I was in the bathroom and I took them off. I got a washer. I was like, what am I going to do with them? And then I threw them out my bathroom window, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Because then they're gone forever and I'll never have to consider them again.
Yeah.
You were thinking.
Apart from about 5 seconds later, when I heard what the fuck is that? What had happened was I chucked it out, mate, and my shitty boxes landed shit first on the bottom flat neighbour's dog.
Oh.
Right. So then I've had to, because the bathroom window was like that frosted glass, you know. Like, I've had to go through to the kitchen, hang out. I'm really sorry, right? And she was obviously on heroin, right?
Oh, thank God for that. I was going to say, yeah, good. Like, she probably had worse skid marks going herself. Like,
yeah.
That's the only way that this could possibly be made any better. Like,
do you know when people have used heroin and, like, I don't know whether she was necessarily on it at the time, but then their voice kind of changes and they end up sounding like this, where it's all kind of dissipated and
yeah,
like,
they're just in some sort of stream of like misery that doesn't make sense to people who aren't in it.
So not in a good place at all. So then
scary.
I went down and I knocked on her door. I was like, I'm really sorry. Please don't tell my mum, right? Because I don't want to get beaten up for this. And she was like, oh, what were you doing? It's a long story. Can you just not tell my mum? And she said, yeah, if you walk my dog, right? So I was like, fair, right? So
if you want to win over a heroin addict, if they've got a dog,
they're just
this is the way.
Just offer to walk their dog after you shit on it. But when she brought it to me, she had obviously taken the boxes off, but it still had my shit on its head.
Oh, no.
Right? So then it was a lovely dog. It was like a staffy or something, like that. You know, the kind of lockjaw looking ones. Like
I used to like staffies until this story.
yeah. So yeah, I was thinking about that, and like, I don't think, even when I've been caught out with more adult problems, right, having to just lie to somebody's face when they know as well, like I made eye contact with a guy and I'm here trying to tell him, nah.